Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Sylvie here from Sylvie Stamps, and today we are making these two birthday cards. You can make them in thank you cards if you want, that are sweet and simple. Just stamps, ink and paper. That's all you need. So let's go through the supplies that I used for them. I used, you will need, a stamp set that has flowers. I've chosen the Perennial Birthday stamp set that has a number of different kinds of flowers and several different ways of saying happy birthday, which is really nice. Then we have a fair bit of ink because of all the different colors for the flowers. So I am using Melon Mambo, early espresso for the greeting, rich raspberry, basic gray for the other greeting, and pear pizzazz for the leaves. I am also using two markers, the Melon Mambo and Old Olive marker. So they come in a set of 10. So it would be the bright collection of regular Stampin' Up markers and the Regal collection for the Old Olive. So I put mine in stamp cases like that are available, as in a set of 4. And it's very, very handy. Then I store them like this on my shelf, and they are horizontal, which is the way they should be, so that the ink is always available on both sides of the tips. And these are the regular Stampin' markers. They are not the blends. Very big difference, because you'll see why. And then for cardstock, we are going to use, so our base is Melon Mambo, 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then we have one piece of 4 by 5 1/4 for each card. And then for the greeting on this card here, we need a piece that is 3.5 by 1 inch and glimmer paper, silver glimmer paper, that is 1 1/4 by 3.5. All right, so let's get started. And as I am getting ready to start the first card, you may want to subscribe to my channel so that and make sure you click on the bell as well so that you're notified when I post a new video and you don't miss any of the videos that I post. All right, so we are going to start with this flower from the Perennial Birthday stamp set. And I'm going to color, and that's what you can do with the Stampin' Up markers. You can color the stamps directly on the stamp, which is really, really cool, because then you can have 2 different colors or more on the same stamp. Now you'll notice that I am using the edge of my brush so as not to damage the tip. If you go like this, you are going to damage your tip. So make sure you use the edge of your marker. Okay, and then I need to make sure that there's ink on all the different pieces, different part of the stamp. All right, now what is really important when you have used a marker like that is to huff on it. So first of all, I'm going to kind of have an idea of where I'm going to put my flower. So this is where the greeting is going to be. So I'm going to huff, and then I'm going to stamp right about here. Okay, and then I am going to do it again for a second flower, really quickly. See, it doesn't take very long. And then the leaves. Okay, I think we have green everywhere. Close the markers, and we're going to huff on it again. This time I'm going to put it something like that. All right. Okay, so that's it for this flower. Now, next we are going to grab this little multi-petal flower, and we're going to do it in rich raspberry. So I'm going to grab my ink pad. And let's put one in this area here. And then let's put one in this area here. Maybe one here. One off the edge. Okay, I think we should be good like that because we have one more small little flower this kind of round little flower here that we are going to do in Melon Mambo. And let's put this one, let's see, yeah, something like that. This one, yeah, I don't have the sticker on it, so it's a little more tricky. Okay, we'll put one here. Let's put one, let's turn it around. Put one here. I think that should be about right. Okay, then let's add some leaves to fill in a little bit. So we'll grab our Pear Pizzazz and we'll do some leaves. Let's see, let's do some around here. I never do these quite exactly the same twice in a row, but because I never place them exactly the same spot. I think we'll leave, I think that's good. Okay, and then we are going to use this set of little dots that just adds texture, and we're going to stamp it in basic gray. I was challenging myself when I decided to make cards with this stamp set to use stamps that I had not used in the set yet, and that was one of them for sure, and as well as this little flower here. But they are quite pretty. So we'll just add that. See, and I think that should look pretty good. All right. Let's close our ink pads. Okay, next, let's do the greetings. So I am going to grab the great big happy birthday. Let's put all these stamps aside for now. And then my early espresso ink pad. And I'm going to stamp it right in the center of my piece of cardstock, Whisper White cardstock. There we go. All right. Next, we are going to glue it to the glimmer paper. Now, glimmer paper makes it really difficult to stick something to, so I like to use the liquid glue for that, so that it just seems to hang on a little bit better than the snail would. Okay, and then I'm going to put it like this on my glimmer paper. There we go. I'm going to turn it over so my fingers, in case I have ink, and just press lightly to make sure there's a good bond there. All right, then I can grab my card base and fold it in half, making sure the corners are together, because even though it's scored, it tends to wiggle a little bit. And I'm going to attach, so I'm going to be using snail here to attach just the front of the card onto my card base. Okay, and again I turn it over, give it a good rub to give it some good pressure. Now we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. We could use big dimensionals, but I like to use the mini dimensionals, and then I can put 4 of them. And you could use 1, 2, 3 of the big ones, or 4 of the little ones, whichever you prefer. It doesn't matter. All right, take the backing off, and now we're going to position it on our card so that we can see the flowers emerging. Let's put it more in the center. There we go. Okay, there we go. Here's our first card here, and we're going to make the second one, but also I want to let you know that I send tutorials every week to my mailing list only, and it's exclusive to my mailing list. So if you want to be part of that and receive more tutorials weekly in your inbox, then go to bit.ly/listemboss, and you will also get a tutorial for 4 different ways to do heat embossing. So go to that address, subscribe to my mailing list, and get more tutorials every week. So let's go on to our second card, this one here. So I'm going to grab my other piece of Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to use the same the same flower, and we're going to use the same markers, Melon Mambo again. Of course, you can make this flower so many different colors. It's very, very pretty. I really like the design of it. Okay, and I'm going to put it right about in the middle here of my on the side, but kind of in the center, the middle of, oh, I forgot to do, I guess we'll leave it like that. I forgot to do the leaves, but that's all right. And I forgot to huff on it as well. I keep talking and then I forget what I'm doing. All right, let's do the leaves this time. And because they're rubber stamps, I don't want to try and do it over top because it's not going to match. So we're just going to leave it like that and keep going. All right, let's do this one somewhere about here. Okay, and then the last one, this one we just need the flowers. So, and I forgot to huff again. Okay, it does give a little bit better impression when you huff, because it although it was pretty quick here, but okay, let's try that. There we go. All right, so we have our 3 flowers. Close the markers, and now let's use that pretty rich raspberry little flower. And let's do one here, maybe one here, going off the page a little bit again, and one here, something like that. All right, let's see how that goes. Let's try our little more roundish one in Melon Mambo. So let's put this one. I'm going to keep my original sample here, just so I put it roughly in the same area, but it's never exactly the same. So okay, let's put this one here. I left a spot here for it. Let's try another one here, and maybe just one like that. We'll put some leaves as well. Let's try the leaves. And all right, let's do some leaves in this area, maybe right kind of over top that. What do you think? Not sure. This way, let's try this way, see how that goes. We'll do some this way here, some here, here. Okay, I think we're good, something like that. Of course, it would look better if I had done that, but you know what, it's okay. Okay, then we want to do our greeting. Let me close these ink pads here. So for the greeting, we are going to use, here is to celebrate you. Now I put the sticker on that one to make sure that I have it the right way. Now my stamp set is not a cling stamp, because I've had it for a little while, so it's the regular one, and the stickers make it so that the stamps don't stick very well. The labels, I should say, make it so that the stamps don't stick very well to the block. So what I've done is, when I have a cling stamp set, I keep the rest of the label sheet, and then I take a piece of what's left over and put it on my stamp here. So I have the regular label, and then I have a strip here of cling. So that way it sticks very nicely to my block, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I really like that. And then I can see, especially when I stamp the greeting directly onto my card front like that, after I've done all these flowers, I want to make sure that I do it straight and I do it the right way and all those kinds of things. So there we go. Here is to celebrating you. And we're stamping that in basic gray. All right, now all we need to do is attach it to our card base. And then we're going to add some bling to it. Okay, so let's use the snail here. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? Don't forget. All right. And then we add some bling. So let's grab some rhinestones. And we're going to add some to the center of the flower, the big flowers here. You can put them anywhere, actually, wherever you think it looks good. And I like them in the center of the flowers. And then I'm going to add a few there right around the greeting, just for a little extra bling. Is there ever too much bling on a card? I guess it can be, but it's nice to have a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right. So we have our finished card. Actually, here, this is the original one, and here's the other one that we made today. So here are our two sweet and simple cards that I love for birthdays, that will make someone two people very, very happy on their birthday. So have a wonderful time, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.